I can't say that I've ever had anybody say, I wish I wouldn't have done the project. The typical response is, I wish we would have done it sooner. Hi, this is Gary Sanis. I'm Vice President of the S.J. Janis Company. Started with the company back in 1979. It's a basic home improvement company, and we've grown since to a full design, build, remodeling company, which we can transform anything on your home. And today we want to talk a little bit about one of my favorite projects, a conservatory added on to a 1902 Tudor home. This project dates back to 2016, but we built it in such a manner that it is a timeless addition. So this is something 20 years from now, 30 years from now, is still going to look great on this house. The transition was very challenging, very difficult. We created a space that our client can host parties. She had a large backyard, and this way it opened it up. So we did a lot of interesting architectural details on this project. So I think you're going to enjoy what you have to see. It is one of my favorites. The homeowner had some very specific ideas. She knew she wanted a larger space. She had a beautiful backyard, wanted to take advantage of that. She had a 2-story home with an old clay tile roof. So she came to us with a basic concept. I need this space. I want to take advantage of the backyard. I want a larger patio so we can enjoy the outdoors. She wanted to bring the outdoors in, so a conservatory was designed with tall windows almost from the floor to the ceiling, a tall ceiling about 16 feet at its peak. One of the requests was to have a table for 8 so she could host a weekly bridge game in her home. This client had called us as we had worked with a good friend of hers, and we did 3 projects for her. That's how a lot of our business is, from referrals, past clients. We really look at, we want clients for life, so we'll do whatever we can for our clients. If we can help, we'll make referrals. We had a good conversation on the phone, went out to meet with her, I believe myself and then Joe, our head designer, went out and met with her, went through her wishes, her dreams, what she had to have and what could happen, and she wanted to know, is this possible to do? And we collaborated and said it indeed is possible. This is how we do it. So our next step would be to provide some plans to determine how this is going to look, make sure it's a space requirement that we need and that it has this timeless appeal on the home. Once we had the design concept, then we worked with the homeowner to determine how we can implement this tied into the house to achieve all the results that she would like. The existing home was a 2-story with old tile roof. So we designed the addition to tie into the existing home, and we have a transition space of about 10 feet from the house to the conservatory, which allows us to create an area for the roof to segue back into the existing roof so that we can maintain existing windows on the 2nd floor. The standing seam metal roof, it's a timeless material, and it was a style such that it didn't compete with the existing clay tile roof. That was certainly one of the challenges, and as you can see, it flows purposely from one to another. The walls of the windows and the slope ceiling provides a lot of dimension and architectural detail. So we're maximizing the light and the view into the beautiful backyard. We also added a chandelier that was her father's chandelier that he had purchased in Europe years and years ago. So she wanted to use this purposely, and it blends seamlessly with the space. The end result of the addition really met the homeowner's lifestyle in surroundings. We created a timeless and a spacious space to entertain, so we could flow from the inside to the out for large gatherings, which she frequently had. The existing home was from the 1920s, which the dark Tudor woodwork was pretty common at that time. So this transition brightened up everything through windows, through the pink colors. So it was very inviting. But ultimately, she was very, very pleased, and she found that now this is where everyone spends their time. And she's had guests over. She said they haven't been in her living room for over 15 years. Well, I hope this was helpful describing our process, because it can be very challenging. A lot of homeowners don't know where to start. And this gives you an idea of how we work in collaborating with you on designs for your home. You currently adapt your lifestyle to your existing home. We are going to create the space that you want, which then reflects your style of living. Okay, thank you again for listening to this video, and we look forward to hearing from you.